The Committee on Rules hereby convenes this meeting. For the record, today is the 17th of November, and the time is now 2:01 p.m. The first notice of this meeting was sent out to all media outlets on Friday, November 7th, 2025, and posted on the Government of Guam Public Notices portal at that same day. A second notice was sent to all media outlets on Friday, November 14th, 2025, and posted on the Government of Guam Public Notices portal that same day as well. Rules of engagement: the chair will recognize a member who raises their hand to make a motion. The chair will rule a member out of order if they have not been recognized by the chair. The Committee on Rules Director, Ms. Cameron Nelson, will now call the roll of members.
Chairperson Vice Speaker Ada.
Present.
Vice Chairperson Senator Dueñas. Speaker Blas. Senator Salas Manzanani. Senator Borja. Senator Calvo. Senator Gumatautau. Senator Lujan. Senator Taitegui. Senator Muñoz Barnes. Senator San Augustine. Mr. Chair, there is a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Director. Does the chair hear a motion to excuse members not present?
So moved.
Colleagues, the Committee on Rules minutes meeting can be found on the Google Drive folder dated 11/17/25, labeled 3, approval of the 38th Guam Legislature Committee on Rules minutes meeting. The chair will recognize the vice chair on a motion to approve the Committee on Rules meeting minutes for September 19, 2025. Vice Chair Senator Dueñas.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion to accept the minutes of the meeting. Any objections? No objections. So ordered. We'll now move to item 4 on the Committee on Rules agenda. I will recognize the Legislative Secretary, Senator Sabrina Salas Manzanani, who has prepared the document tracking. And again, colleagues, these documents are available on the Google Committee on Rules meeting drive dated November 17, 2025. Senator Manzanani, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is the Legislative Secretary report to the Committee on Rules summarizing activity to date. There have been 51 appointments submitted and 37 of those have been confirmed. 4 applications regarding zone changes have been received. There are 7 proposed rules and regulations. Of these, 3 have completed the public hearing phase and 3 have been formally introduced as bills. The full report containing more detailed information is available and has been filed in the committee drive. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Salas Manzanani. We will now move to the next item on the agenda, sub-item B, ratification of referral, re-referrals. Colleagues, the documents again can be found in the Google Drive folder labeled 04B, legislative log items. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referral of Bill number 183-38 COR through 196-38 COR, 197-38 LS, 198-38 LS, 199-38 COR through 206-38 COR, and 208-38 COR through 211-38 COR?
So moved.
Any objections? All right. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referrals of resolution number 94-38 COR?
So moved.
Any objections? Hearing none. Does the chair hear a motion to ratify the referral of appointments?
So moved.
No objections. Motion passes. We'll now move to the items cleared for consideration of the session agenda. On the Committee on Land, Environment, Housing, Agriculture, Parks, and Infrastructure, reports out the following bills. I recognize the Vice Chair of the Committee, Senator Dueñas. You're recognized.
Sidus Masi, Mr. Chairman, and on the so the first bill from our committee will be Bill number 41-38 COR as amended by the Committee on Land, Environment, Housing, Agriculture, Parks, and Infrastructure, authored by Senator Joe S. San Augustine. It's an act to add a new J to 80105 of Chapter 80, Title 21, Guam Code Annotated, relative to transferring lots 7100, 7102, 7103, and 7146 in Genome in the municipality of Jigo, Guam, to the Guam Ancestral Land Use Commission.
On Bill number 41-38 COR, is there any objections? There being none, Senator Dueñas.
Hanum, excuse me, correcting the record. Mr. Chairman, the next bill that we will be moving on our committee will be Bill number 49-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Land, Environment, Housing, Agriculture, Parks, and Infrastructure, introduced by Senator Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, Anthony Ada, Joe S. San Agustin, William A. Parkinson, Chris M. Dueñas, Sean Gumatautau, Vince Bora, Shelley Calvo, Jesse A. Lujan. It is an act to transfer lot number 258, Municipality of Pidi, to the Department of Parks and Recreation for the purpose of expanding the footprint and capacity of the Vicente A. Limtiaco Memorial Park.
On Bill number 49-38 COR, any objections? Hearing seeing none. Senator Dueñas, you're recognized.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, once again from our committee, Bill number 143-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Land, Environment, Housing, Agriculture, Parks, and Infrastructure, introduced by Senator V. Anthony Ada, Christopher M. Dueñas. It's an act to add a new 5117.3 to Chapter 5, Title 5, Guam Code annotated relative to granting the Director of the Department of Public Works procurement authority for small purchases.
On Bill number 143-38 COR, any objections? Hearing and seeing none.
And the last bill from our committee, Mr. Chairman, is Bill number 176-38 COR, introduced by V. Anthony Ada, an act to add a new 5128 to Chapter 5, Title 5 of Guam Code annotated relative to commercial lease extension for tenants in good standing.
On Bill number 176-38 COR, any objections? Hearing and seeing none. Senator Salas Metanan, you're recognized on the Committee on Health and Veterans Affairs. Reports out on the following bills.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to place Bill number 192-38 COR onto the second reading file of session agenda. The bill was amended by the Committee on Health and Veterans Affairs and was introduced by myself, along with Senators Therese Lahi, Will Parkinson, Speaker Frank Blas Jr., Jess Lujan, Sean Gumatautau, Tony Ada, Chris Dueñas, Shelley Calvo, Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, Vince Borja, Joe San Agustin, Telo Taitagui, and Senator Chris Barnett. Bill number 192-38 COR is an act to amend subsection 67100, subsection 67101, subsection 67103, subsection 67107, and to repeal subsection 67107.1 of Chapter 67, Title 10, Guam Code annotated, relative to the appointment of the Veterans Affairs Officer and members of the Guam Veterans Commission, the powers and duties of the Veterans Affairs Officer, the composition and operations of the Guam Veterans Commission, and the definition of a veteran.
On Bill number 192-38 COR, any objections? Hearing and seeing none. Senator Taitagui, you're recognized.
Sujus Masi, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, on behalf of the Committee of Economic Investment, Military Buildup, Regional Relations, Technology, Regulatory Affairs, Justice, Election, and Retirement, reports out the following bills to be placed on the session agenda. Number one is Bill 157-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Economic Investment. This is introduced by Senator V. Anthony Ada, Christopher M. Dueñas, Jesse A. Lujan, Sabrina Salas Mantanani, Frank F. Blas Jr., Chris Barnett, Joe S. San Agustin, Sabrina Flores Paris, and Shelley V. Calvero, which is an act to amend 25.25 of Chapter 25, Title 9, Guam Code annotated, relative to adding stronger penalties for crimes of third-degree criminal sexual conduct committed against younger victims.
On Bill number 157-38 COR, any objections? Hearing seeing none. Senator Taitagui.
I'm sorry, sir. The next bill is Bill 163-38 COR, as amended by the Committee of Economic, etc. If you don't mind, it's
You can
by my committee, okay, for the sake of time. And for the sake of time, I'll just do the sponsor of the bill instead of co-sponsors. So again, Bill number 163-38 COR, introduced by V. Anthony Ada, which is an act to add a new 71461.1 of Chapter 7, Title 16 Guam Code annotated relative to the transfer on death beneficiary designation for motor vehicle.
On Bill number 163-38 COR, any objections? Hearing seeing none. Senator Taitagui.
Next is Bill 165-38 COR. And this bill is introduced by Shelley V. Calvo. It's an act to amend subsection D of 3101 of Article 1, Chapter 3, Title 16, Guam Code Annotated, relative to extending the period during which holders of valid U.S. driver's license may operate motor vehicles in Guam.
On Bill 165-38 COR, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, Senator Tydewey.
The next bill is Bill number 167-38 COR, introduced by Speaker Frank F. Bloss Jr. It's an act to amend 34.70F and 34.7I of Chapter 34, Title 9, Guam Code Annotated, relative to increasing penalties for graffiti violations on public and private property.
On Bill number 167-38 COR, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so ordered. Senator Tydewey.
Next is Bill 185-38 COR. This is introduced by myself, Senator Tello T. Tydewey, which is an act to amend 3104 and 3110 of Chapter 3, Title 3, Guam Code Annotated, as enacted by Public Law 38-32, relative to adjusting voter time of registration and the term of the appointment of registration clerks.
On Bill number 185-38 COR, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so ordered. Senator Tydewey.
Next is Bill 189-38 COR. This is introduced by myself, Senator Tello T. Tydewey, an act to repeal and reenact Chapter 3, Title 6, Guam Administrative Rules and Regulations, and to adopt the attached Exhibits A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C, relative to updating the Guam Election Commission election campaign contributions and expenditures, rules and regulations, and report forms.
On Bill number 189-38 COR, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so ordered. Senator Tydewey.
The next bill is Bill number 190-38 COR. And this is introduced by myself, Senator Tello Tydewey, an act to add a new Chapter 5 to Title 6 of Guam Administrative Rules and Regulations relative to adopting the updated Guam Election Manual pursuant to Chapter 9, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated.
On Bill number 190-38 COR, as amended by the committee, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That is my last out of my committee.
Thank you. Senator Sabrina Salas-Matanon, you're recognized on the Committee on Health and Veteran Affairs to report out the following nominations.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to place the nomination of Julian Duenas to serve as a member of the Guam Board of Allied Health Examiners.
On the appointment of Julian R. Duenas, PT-DPT, to serve on the board as a board member, any objections? Hearing and seeing none. Can I get someone to move Senator Calvo's nomination? Senator Tydewey, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the Committee on Child Welfare, Youth Affairs, Senior Citizens, Women's Affairs, Disability Service, the Arts, Culture, Historic Preservation, and Hagatna Restoration reports out the following nomination: the appointment of Zita S.N. Roots to serve as member to the Guam Historical Preservation Review Board.
On the appointment of Zina S.N. Ruiz to serve as a member of the Guam Historic Preservation Review Board, any objections? Hearing and seeing none. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we'll take a 1-minute recess. Committee on Rules is called back to order. The Committee on Finance and Government Operations, Senator Duenas, you're recognized.
Jesus Masi, Mr. Chairman, and I will be reporting out or placing on the agenda the following bills, starting with Bill number 64-38 COR, as amended by the Committee of Finance and Government Operations, introduced by Senator Tello Tydewey. It's an act to add a new Chapter 16 to Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, and amend subsection 12.106F of Article 12.1, Chapter 1, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to establishing the Guam Artificial Intelligence, AI, Regulatory Task Force to develop a comprehensive framework for the regulation of artificial intelligence, AI, in the government of Guam and private sector while protecting constitutional and organic act rights.
On Bill number 64-38 COR, as amended by the committee, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, So ordered. Senator Dueñas.
Sidus Masi, Mr. Chairman, and now I'll be moving Bill number 128-38 COR, introduced by Senator Therese M. Terlahi. It's an act to amend subsection 6205 of Chapter 6, Title 4, Guam Code annotated relative to requiring that copies of petitions for above-step recruitments be posted on the Guam Public Notice website and sent to the Speaker of the Legislature in Guahan.
On Bill number 128-38 COR, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so
Sidus Masi, Mr. Chairman, the next bill that I will be moving is Bill number 174-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Finance and Government Operations. It's an act to add a new Chapter 53 to Division 2 of Title 12, Guam Code annotated relative to the establishing of the Guam Free Trade Zone Act of 2025, to designate a free trade logistics zone, to establish trade facilitation incentives, and to promote Guam as a re-export center for the Indo-Pacific region, and to appropriate the sum of $500,000 to fund the purposes of this act.
on Bill number 174-38 COR, as amended by the committee, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so ordered.
Sidus Masi, Mr. Chairman, and so now we'll be moving Bill number 186-38, as amended by the Committee on Finance and Government Operations, introduced by Senator Sabrina Salas Montanani. It's an act to appropriate the unallotted balance of the pharmaceutical fund to the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority.
On Bill number 186-38 COR, as amended by the committee, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so ordered.
Sidus Masi, Mr. Chair, and the last bill from our committee is Bill number 187-38 COR, as amended by the Committee on Finance and Government Operations. It's once again introduced by Senator Sabrina Salas Montanani as an act to appropriate the sum of $19,745,714 from the general fund realized from bond refinancing savings not factored into the fiscal year 2026 budget for capital improvement projects and life-saving supplies and materials at the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority.
Mr. Vice Chair, that's refunding? Okay, that was refunding, not refinancing.
Refunding, excuse me.
Thank you.
I stand corrected.
On Bill number 187-38 COR, as amended by the committee, any objections? Senator Tidy, you're recognized.
I have a question. I have a bill that's very similar to this, and just wondering why it was not reported out when the bill was heard by both bills were heard at the same time.
Yes, so Mr. Chairman, the committee had determined that 187 had come before the other bill that was introduced, and as it has been marked up and reflects the same funding source and the same amount of funding, that it was redundant, and so we just went with Bill 187-38.
If I may, Mr. Chair?
Sure.
The amount that was on my bill is substantially different from the amount that is on Bill 180, 187-38 is substantially different. I believe that the amount that was placed on Bill 188 was the true amount, which was reiterated by Department of Bureau and Budget. And the bill before mine was a different number that was not approved. So I'm not sure why one would not get, especially when my numbers were correct on Bill 188. And you're having to change and amend Bill 187 to the number that I put out in Bill 188.
Mr. Chairman, once again, the marked up version of Bill 187-38 reflects the available funds for appropriation, and so the committee made the decision to mark up that bill. That bill preceded the other bill, and so this is the bill that we are placing on the agenda.
Okay, that's said. So on Bill number 187-38 COR, as amended by the committee, any objections? There's an objection. All in favor of placing Bill 187-38 COR? Please signify by raising your hands. Motion passes. So ordered. On the Committee on Transportation, Tourism, Customs, Utilities, and Federal and Foreign Affairs, to report out the following bills.
Thank you,
Senator Lujan, you recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the Committee on Transportation, Tourism, Customs, Utilities and Federal and Foreign Affairs reports out the following bill. Bill number 183-38 COR as amended by the Committee on Transportation, Tourism, Customs, Utilities, and Federal and Foreign Affairs, authored by Senator Sean Gumatao, an act to amend Section 2B of Public Law 34-112 as amended relative to supporting the Guam Customs and Quarantine Agency's ongoing efforts to develop the Customs Satellite Inspection Holding and Secured Sterile Facility, Mr. Chair.
On bill number 183-38 COR as amended by committee. Any objections?
Objection.
Hearing and seeing none, so ordered. On the Committee on Education, Libraries, Public Broadcasting, reports on the following bills.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the Committee on Education, Libraries, Public Broadcasting reports out the following bill. Bill number 199-38 CR as amended by the Committee on Education, Libraries, and Public Broadcasting, authored by Senator Vince Borja, an act to add a new section 27027 to Chapter 27, Title 17 of the Guam Code annotated relative to adding a lifetime teaching certificate for experienced educators on Guam.
On bill number 199-38 COR as amended by the committee. Any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so ordered. Senator Taiduga, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. By the author, I'm placing on the second, on the reading, on the session agenda is Resolution 83-38 LS, and this resolution was introduced by Senator Sabina Flores-Perez, and it's relative to the United States Declaration of 2025 as the International Year of Cooperatives and recognizing its importance in achieving sustainable development goals and revitalizing economic social development for Guam and the oceanic region. Onto the agenda.
On resolution number 83-38 LS, any objections?
Is that United Nations, United States? United Nations, right?
United Nations.
Okay,
Yes.
yes, you said states.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem.
United, thank you for the correction. Thank you.
Resolution number 83-38 LS, any objections?
Objection.
Hearing and seeing none, so ordered. On the Committee on Education, Libraries, Public Broadcasting reports on the following nominations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the Committee on Education, Libraries, and Public Broadcasting reports out the following nomination. Carl E. Torres II, member, parent, representative of a student currently enrolled in DOE to the board, the Guam Education Board.
On the nomination of Carl E. Torres II to be a member representative of the student parent representative, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so ordered. Senator Lujan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the Committee on Transportation, Tourism, Customs, Utilities, and Federal and Foreign Affairs reports out the following nomination. Appointment of Doyon A. Morado, position of member of the AB Wampat Guam International Airport Authority Board of Directors.
On the nomination of Doyon A. Morato as a member of the Guam International Airport Authority Board of Directors, any objections? Hearing and seeing none, so ordered. Okay, we have exhausted both the lists, so does the chair hear a motion to place the bills into the second reading file?
So moved.
So moved. Speaker Blas, you're recognized to.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, for the session will convene on Wednesday, November 26, okay, at 10 a.m. Then we will take a time to be able to look at the bills and everything and reconvene, recess for Thanksgiving and reconvene on Monday, December 1st at 10 a.m. We will have tentatively we have a state funeral on Wednesday, December 3rd. The time has not yet been determined, but then we'll reconvene on Thursday, December 4th with voting to happen on December 5th, Friday.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So we'll go back to placing the motions onto the.
Well, yes. Place the motion to have them.
Does the chair hear a motion to place the bills into the second reading file?
So move.
That's ordered. Okay. Does the chair hear a motion to place the resolutions into the second reading file?
So moved.
Does the chair hear a motion to place the appointments under the legislative concurrence?
So moved.
No objections? All right. Does the chair hear a motion to adopt the session agenda? Speaker Blas, you're recognized.
So moved.
No objections? All right. It's done.
Motion to
Extension of remarks, any member? Okay. Does the chair hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We are adjourned, and the time is now 2:27 p.m. Thank you for your attendance and participation today at the quorum meeting. Thank you.